So I'm gonna ask you a question now. Because again, I said this goes deeper than just me and you having this conversation. Because people are saying, or promoters are saying that they value to see an artist here, or the entry price, the ticket price is very low. Right? But do you know, right? And I am talking about on the local scene. Do you know that an artist here goes home with less money than almost everybody that provide a service for the event? And I'm not asking you this. Do you know the Iceman does make more money than me? And he only bring in ice?
Why?
Do you know the tent man, the stage man, making more money than me? So when we have these conversations, we have to have the real conversations, as you say.
Yeah.
They have the what? They have the they have the what you say?
I don't know, father. I don't know, but you see again.
They have a line, but they don't have the whole sentence. And
Them have a point, but they don't have the whole sentence.
Exactly, because
I tolerate men.
We live in a risky world, you know?
Yeah.
The Perspectives podcast is brought to you by TruVybz Island Prints. For the best quality t-shirts and prints, TruVybz is your only choice. The Perspectives podcast is also brought to you by Jaay Tatoo. For clean tattoos like these, book your appointments today. Caribbean Soul Media presents Ome and Bag. This is a stage play taking place on the 23rd of April in Marriott's Ballroom. This dramatic play is a journey of emotional impact, surprising turns, and an appeal for us as a nation to move past divided politics that ruin lives and into a new era of growth and forgiveness. The performance combines singing, acting, and dancing to convey a significant message and leave a lasting impression. For the price of only $100 EC, you can get your tickets at www.caribbeansoulmedia.com. Trust me, it's an experience you don't want to miss.
Welcome back to the Perspectives Media Active Series. As you can see, today we're there at Jamrock Restaurant, Bar and Grill in a St. Kitts. And as it's clear, we're kind of on the inside of the restaurant, but we're still outside. You know what I mean? we have Mr. Outside again himself for the part 2 or part few rather, because you don't know. We're too into the two business. But yeah, we're there for the part few this episode of the Perspectives Media Active. Remember people, for like, share and subscribe. You see how the content been going. You see me? You see the growth. If you not subscribe, we're not grow. If you not like the video, we're not go down at the YouTube algorithm. You see me? I'm a no answer we're successful. So you don't know. And people remember for check Jaay Inc. and TruVybz for the top quality prints and the top tattoo them. You see me? So to begin back there with Mr. Outside. Don't know. Rucas HE. Rucas. You must say the name the Rucas. Rucas.
yeah, my stand is Rucas.
Right.
HE.
Right. Yeah. Alright, so I could backtrack before we get into the conversation again. I could backtrack a bit. How did you get the name Rucas? Is Rucas your real name?
No, Rucas is basically my stage name or my entertainment name. My entertainer name. Should I give my real name? Nah. Me nah share my government name. Me not do that. Me not do that. Just know that Rucas is not my real name. It's just the entertainment name, and there are persons who know my government name, my real name. You know, kudos to you because much people don't know it.
All right,
Kudos
fair
to
enough. Fair enough. We don't have to press upon that. But how did you get the name Rucas?
So name Rucas, it basically came from when I started doing radio. Actually, I started radio at the age of 14 years old.
Yeah, you said that earlier.
Yeah.
Remember you tell we say you did up on the radio as a 14-year-old till the police have take you off for being underage. Cause you were unsupervised, you know. Yeah, but we don't need to go back to all of that.
Yeah,
But how did you get the actual name?
So the name, I mean, my father's name is Cass. Right? And so basically at the Ru in front, was just trying to be creative, Rucas.
Oh, so are you give yourself the name?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it just had a buzz to it. It just had a buzz to it, Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Rucas.
So I think we dabbled into the master's career a lot to begin with. How did you get into your solo career as a musician?
So in 2014, 2015 is when I really kicked off the solo career. And this was actually influenced by the manager of Grandmasters Band, which is Wingrove Hicks. He was the one that basically influenced me to go outside and funny
outside. Hold on. My lady, bartender.
He was the one that told me he think that I can do things outside of the band and create a buzz or create a name for myself on the entertainment scene or on the artist scene. At that time, I guess he saw something that I wasn't seeing. I was kind of hesitant at first, but I started asking questions, started looking at different things, and I decided to take the opportunity to do something like that. And I started off in I think it would have been 2014, and then in 2015 was the first time I went into the Soca Monarch, but not as a solo artist. I went in when I did a collaboration with Jeezy Sparta. That was my first time
Right.
entering the Soca Monarch.
And what was the reception like for you as a solo artist versus Rucas, the Grandmasters Band member?
Well, of course, people had questions. People had questions like, how can you be a part of Grandmasters Band and still be an artist outside of Grandmasters Band? Because at that time, nobody was basically doing it at that time, and so it was just people asking questions, wanting to know more, like, is it that you're still in the band, you're outside the band?
Outside?
Like, what is it?
We're gonna have an outside code today.
Yes. It's like, what is it? Are you trying to create your own band? Like, all of these questions came, and at that time, all I could have told people was, I am still in Grandmasters, but I am also building myself outside of the band as an individual.
And what are the advantages and disadvantages does being a solo artist while being a band member bring?
Would you like me to explain the advantages from both ends and disadvantages from both ends?
Right.
Okay. So, advantages of being an artist, and I would look at it from my end and how it benefits the other end, because they both go hand in hand, and you'll understand when I explain.
Right.
So me doing my solo gig outside of the band basically helped me to step into a different realm of the music. It helped me to step into the soca arena because by now we know that bands and sinkers don't necessarily do soca.
Right. That's key, you know. That's key because bands don't really do. The bands in St. Kitts Nevis don't really do soca. It's a different.
So
kind of, it's more of chants and.
Yes, and this is one of the reasons why it actually worked for me as well, because stepping outside of the band, I wasn't doing material that the band usually do. I was now doing a different type of music, which is soca music, hardcore soca music, and I was more focused on the Soca Monarch competition. And of course, after winning the Soca Monarch in 2016, people started to say, hey, you know, we see you as an artist, you know. But the advantage of that is that it gave me the opportunity to set myself up as an artist, and not just as an artist. It also made a space for me.
Right.
In the music industry, which also trickled back down into the band.
Right. So the band get the ripple effect of Rucas doing good, so Grandmasters doing good.
Yes.
And what are some of the disadvantages of being a solo artist while being in the band? Because naturally you're gonna have clashes in terms of a promoter might want to book you versus
you see, I know you are now listing one of the disadvantages. That's one of the disadvantages, whereas sometimes I have to turn down gigs because the band has a gig. And sometimes what tends to happen as well when it comes to these gigs. And I had this problem in the earlier stages, which was a big disadvantage. Promoters used to tell me, look, I can't book you because you're in Grandmasters and you're still an artist outside of Grandmasters, but how do you differentiate both?
Right.
Like,
right.
Why bring Rucas when I could bring Grandmasters, which also includes Rucas? So you know that was a big disadvantage in the early stages.
But no, it would seem that same disadvantage has been flipped, because checking the posters, I'm seeing more Rucas and David House and less Grandmasters, in my opinion.
In your opinion?
Yeah, it's what I'm seeing.
In my opinion, both entities are working.
Both entities are working, but it's cheaper for a promoter to book a Rucas and David House and get a similar experience to a Grandmasters. So what's the difference between Rucas the performer and Grandmasters on a whole? So then justify a promoter booking the band versus Rucas.
Okay, so Rucas HE is definitely a brand and an entity separate and apart from Grandmasters Band. If you go on Apple Music, let's say, Rucas HE actually has a catalog. Rucas HE has a catalog. I have songs that I don't perform in Grandmasters Band, and it's for a reason. Because if you want to hear this material, then you have to book Rucas HE. If you want to hear the Grandmasters material and you figure, well, I'm going to book Rucas HE and David House, yes, it might be at a cheaper cost, but look at it. The events that you see us on, it would be like, and I could call some names. Like,
call the name nowadays.
Like a Elite Bar, a 5 Trees, a lot of smaller events where you would find that a band cannot necessarily play at some of these venues. I mean, yes, we tried it at 5 Trees recently,
Ram
and
up.
you see what happened there.
Yeah, ram up. Cock.
You see what happened there.
Tight.
And so some events, a band, basically, I'm not saying that they can't play, but it is not profitable for the promoter to have the full band, because when you look at the amount that the venue can hold as opposed to what you're charging, you can't pay the band.
Yeah, but still, fam, if I'm a promoter, I don't think I would necessarily gravitate towards a band, no matter how big my event is. Because it's cheaper to get a Rucas and David versus getting an entire band, whereas the experience is almost the same.
Okay, well, this is how I personally view it, and how I view it is that what we do outside of the band is what helps the band. In cases where the band can't play at certain venues and we are still helping the band to remain relevant. You know, and that is how I look at it personally. You know, we are still helping the band to remain relevant.
So if there was a situation where Rucas HE has to part ways with Grandmasters Band, what would a performance be like post Grandmasters Band?
Again, I mentioned earlier that I have a catalog. Take, for example, music festival. And this is, we could say, one of the biggest shows.
The biggest show in St. Kitts.
The biggest show in St. Kitts and Nevis, right? You see Rucas HE on music festival. You also see Grandmasters on music festival, same night. And people tend to question it, right? But let me explain. Again,
Yes, we need the
I
answers.
have a catalog. And so if you look at these performances, my performance is completely different outside of Grandmasters Band. I just happen to be a part of Grandmasters Band as well. I just happen to be a part of the band. But Rucas HE has a catalog outside of Grandmasters Band, which Grandmasters Band do not perform. Grandmasters Band do not perform these material. And if I am on music festival, I will not perform Grandmasters material either.
Okay. I could dabble a bit into separating Grandmasters material now from Rucas material. Outside again. Is that a Grandmasters material?
It was made under the umbrella of Grandmasters Band.
Yeah, but if
And so we have to consider it a Grandmasters product.
and considering it a Grandmasters product now, if you're on a music fest, the same example you use, you're on a music fest as Rucas and there's a Grandmasters. What set is outside again being used?
Rucas HE is not going to be performing outside again. Rucas HE won't perform outside again. Grandmasters Band will perform outside again, along with the jour, because those are the two entities that are responsible for the song outside again. Can't tell me Perspective Media stumping.
Stump? No, because you can never stump me, fam. No, you can never stump me. No. They always have an answer. So on outside again, then, who is credited for the song outside again? Because always Grandmasters credited for outside again.
Look, you have to understand that Grandmasters Band is not one person.
Right.
Grandmasters Band is a group of people. And I can't sit here and say that I created the beat for Outside Again, because I didn't. David House is who was responsible for the beat, the rhythm, for the chant and everything, right? Which umbrella does he fall under? He falls under Grandmasters Band.
But isn't David House an individual? David House is an individual.
Yes, but that is not how you look at it. because it was created under the umbrella of Grandmasters. It was created
Okay.
for Grandmasters.
Okay. I get that one. I get
It was created for Grandmasters. So Outside Again is not necessarily Rucas HE song, even though I can use it because no matter how you flip and turn it, I was part of the project. And so I have rights to use the song.
Okay.
As an artist, I have rights to use it because, of course, I am the writer.
Right.
And so I can use the song. Dijua has all rights to use this song anyhow he feels like using it because he is a part of the project as well. David House has rights to use the song how he wants to use it because he is credited on the song as well.
Speaking of credit and this Outside Again song, we have a lot to speak on in terms of this song. The interview hasn't heard as yet, but it came to my attention that ECCO, the Eastern Caribbean creators licensing thing around here, I had a representative on the podcast recently, and she made it clear that Outside Again is not registered with ECCO. Is Outside Again registered with another entity?
At the present moment, no. It's not.
But how?
It's not.
How come?
It's not registered. And if I am being completely honest, and I don't know if by time this interview is aired, it is going to be registered at that time because we're actually working on it. I've had conversations with ECCO before, and the issue is that the parties involved. Now, I am an ECCO member, so I understand what is supposed to happen, right? But it's just getting all parties together to sit down to do the paperwork. No, look, but as simple as that may sound, right? As simple as that may sound, yo,
that stress me out.
Stress you out? No, hold on. Stress you out, but I lose money. Yes, it stress you out.
Fam,
Okay.
but that don't make no sense. It makes absolutely no sense to me because for a song to be released, then remember business this way are doing. If TDC are gonna sell something, there is a level of there's a structure in place where this item has to pass through their system before it gets to the consumer.
No, I understand.
I understand. Fam.
I understand.
So
exactly
how the song
what
come
you're
out
going to
and
say.
registered?
I understand
It don't
exactly.
make no sense. It's like a party shop on a run, man. A party shop on a party shop out St. Kitts.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
We see where. What if now somebody go and register a song there for themselves outside of St. Kitts Nevis? That's years in a delegation and a going with them, where it could have been prevented. Now we see where Outside Again has had some level of regional success, and to see that there's nothing for y'all to collect on the success of Outside Again at this present moment, it's disappointing, fam.
That's true.
Very much so.
It's still not too late.
It's not too late, but it's late,
but
late,
still
bad,
not
man.
too late, right?
Late,
and again, I say, I don't know when this interview is going to be aired, but it will happen.
Boy, I hope so.
It will happen.
So.
No, I mean, look, I am a straight shooter, right? And we dropped the ball. We did.
Definitely.
We did drop
And
the ball.
when I find out the parties involved in Outside Again, I say, really?
Yeah, we did drop the ball on that one. You know, like we definitely did. And I mean, yo, I had a lot of questions there. Like I had a lot of questions as it pertains to like the whole ECCO business and stuff like that. And I think that was one that was part of the problem too, you know, like me just not being sure about certain things.
Yeah, but how can you not be sure at this point, fam? Because what ECCO are pushing, like when the interview here, you're gonna see like I had a lot of pushback, but at the end of the day, fam, ECCO is for creators, you know. It's the creators that benefits the most from ECCO, you know.
No, and I
Songwriters,
and I completely understand that,
composers,
because as I said,
beat
right?
makers.
I know it's funny because again, I say I am an ECCO member. I am signed on to ECCO. Dijo is an ECCO member as well. You know,
Can't believe, fam.
we are ECCO members. You know, but again, we have had conversations with the representatives for ECCO, and we have already decided to start the paperwork. You know, and so that will definitely be sorted out. You know, again, yeah, we did drop the ball in it.
Why? We have a lot to talk about with outside again, you know, because alright, next question about outside again. Would you consider outside again a hit? Not just locally, but a hit. Because you have local hits and then you have hit songs. So would you consider outside again?
I would definitely consider it a hit. Based on what I've been seeing, based on what I've been hearing, based on social media, the different posts in different countries, you know, I would definitely say that it's a hit.
And it's a soca song, right?
Not necessarily a soca song. I wouldn't consider it a soca song. I would consider it a pep. It's a pep song. There's a difference. Once saying its style, rhythm is involved, it's pep or Wilders. What do you consider soca? Because we don't do soca, you know.
Outside again.
We don't do soca.
Outside again is a soca song, Rucas.
It's not.
Outside again
You want
is a
to make it a soca song,
Jesus
but it's not a soca song.
Fam.
It is not a soca song, and I won't let you stay here and try to brand my song as a soca song. It is not a soca song.
So what's the difference between pep and soca?
The elements within the beat, the elements within the creation of the song is different. Just like how you cannot say that Booyah is soca, it is not. Or if you want to say that, then what you can say that it is a form of, but it is not.
It is a subgenre of soca.
Look, I don't consider my music soca. I being honest.
What
you know
pep
why?
Is, what pep
listen,
is?
Listen. You know why? You know why? Where did soca come from? Where was it created?
From what? I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I would say Trinidad.
Okay. Right?
No, but wait now.
Hold on.
Wait, because all of this tie into my argument, you know. And you have to be careful what you're saying. Pep is a subgenre of soca. There's dancehall, and then you have trap dancehall. Sorry, you have Trinidad dancehall. You have the St. Kitts dancehall. It's all dancehall.
So why can't we just say that my music is pep? Why do we have to link it to soca?
Because
why?
it is.
Because
it is.
You see, because soca is more known. And
No.
that is why people would say that. No, I look.
So where what's the origins of pep then?
What's the
origins of pep or St. Kitts Nevis music in terms of the song, the type of music you do? What's the origins of it?
Well, I can't really go too deep into that because, of course, this was started before my time. You know, it was definitely started before my time. But I could imagine that it has evolved over the years, you know. But in terms of the origins, I cannot speak to that. But I can tell you right now that where it is, I wouldn't consider it soca.
It is soca,
Serious.
though. It is soca.
I wouldn't consider it soca. Okay, let us agree to disagree.
No, but
Because
can't we agree that it's actually a subgenre of soca then?
Can't we agree that it is pep?
But pep is a subgenre of soca.
It's pep.
Pep is a subgenre of soca.
It's pep.
Officially,
It's
there-
pep.
Listen,
So booyah is a subgenre. So
booyah is a subgenre of soca.
It's booyah.
Let's move on. No,
Please.
no. Why I asked you what genre of music is outside again?
Mhm.
Is to speak about soca then. Zin, a hit song in soca, or you recognize a hit song in soca music, is the mecca of soca music is Carnival, Trinidad Carnival. Outside again, I don't think it has been featured in Carnival any at all. Maybe it's on a smaller extent we're gonna see, but I don't see outside again being featured in Carnival. So can it be referred to as a hit? Because again, you have local hit, you have regional hit, and you have hits. You know what I mean? So what category of hit would you put outside again?
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So are you saying that a song, as you say, a soca song, subgenre,
Yeah.
are you saying that it can't be a hit unless it's being played in Trinidad?
No, I'm not saying that.
But that is what you basically explained to me.
No,
Just
I'm
no, listen to me, fam. You just tell me that because it was not played in Trinidad Carnival, it is not a hit. That,
No.
I'm not saying
that.
But that is what you just explained to me. That it is not a hit. Good.
Yeah,
Good. So because it was not played in Trinidad, then it is not considered a hit. Right?
It's not considered a hit. It's a regional hit. Because we see where it's dominating different carnivals.
Then you have to subtract the word hit. It's just a regional song.
No, it's a regional
So
hit.
then, therefore, if you're going to tell me, if you're going to tell me that it is a regional hit, then just the mere fact that you're using the word hit, it is a hit. So then you have to subtract the word hit and tell me that it is a regional song and not a regional hit.
Sway. The song, Sway. Sway to the left. Big song.
Soca song.
Big soca song.
Good.
Rucas HE song.
See, so we understand why it's soca and why it's pep now.
No, but outside again are the same. Come on, father, man. Come on, father, man. No, but it's the same. It's the same, fam. No, you know, there's a lot to this categorizing music.
I know.
What DexterDubz is doing, technically, it's not dancehall or reggae music. But you know what's dancehall or reggae music? Once you sing in a Jamaican accent, dancehall and reggae or reggae. That's what it is. So nobody can tell me say DexterDubz is not a dancehall artist. You go me I say?
So how you gonna tell me singing soca and me singing in a Trinidad accent?
No, you're not singing in a Trinidad accent. No, listen to the categorization.
I hear you.
Listen to the categorization of soca music. No. Anything with the upbeat there, the up-tempo there, from the Caribbean. Not the dancehall up-tempo song. Even some dancehall songs, you know. Even Charlie Black's big song, you know. It's only because he's a Jamaican why Party Animal is a dancehall song, you know. That's a soca song in its truest form, you know. You dig what me I say? So anything with the up-tempo there, that kind of, you know, the feel-good Caribbean vibes there, that kind of tempo there, soca. That's the category.
According to you.
No, not just me. You know, all the people have the same idea.
Let's not backtrack on that because I feel like we done past that. You know,
we can't pass it. You're not admit the facts.
we got to pass it.
No,
we have to pass it.
But
you
to
know?
be a
You have your point, and my point is that we do pep and slow pep.
Yeah, and pep.
Wilders.
And pep is a subgenre.
Right? According to you.
Pep is a subgenre.
According to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Facts are dealing in fiction.
According to you.
Pep is a subgenre.
According to you. According to you. who want to come tell me about my music.
No, but then back to the hit song conversation though.
Mm.
I categorize hits. You have local hits. Cause you have artists at Jamaica who can list out with hit local hits in Jamaica, you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you have that here too. Well, all over. There are songs that are hitting in certain islands that we've never heard here before.
Exactly.
You know? We've never heard them.
Suki song. Hit. That's a soca hit. You know what I mean? Anywhere in terms of
A boya hit.
Boya is a subgenre of soca.
A boya hit.
No, but that's the song that ring out in a Trinidad Carnival, you know?
Okay.
That one I try to show you.
So then therefore it goes back to the point where I basically ask you if you're saying that the only how for our music to be considered a hit is if it's being played in Trinidad.
Not necessarily.
So therefore you
That's a hit, overall hit.
So therefore you're basically saying that I have to look to Trinidad to get a hit.
You have to look to just like
okay. So what if it's being played? Okay. What if it's being played in Trinidad, but it not playing Anguilla, it not playing Nevis, it not play in let's say Guyana? Is it a hit?
That will never happen.
No, but I am asking you.
That will never happen.
But I am asking you a question. Would you consider it a hit? Because you basically say if it's not playing in Trinidad, then it is not a hit. So if it playing in Trinidad and nowhere else, is it a hit?
Listen to my point now, Rucas. And I don't want you to get it misconstrued.
But if a song, answer my question, fam.
If a song, listen to me. Trinidad have local hits too, you know.
Uh-huh.
If you, as a St. Kitts Nevis artist, as a local artist to St. Kitts Nevis, right? If your song hit in Trinidad, it's a hit. It's a soca hit. It's a certified soca hit. Just like Byron Messiah. Byron Messiah has found 2 dancehall hit songs, right? He has had multiple local and regional hits. But to hit as a dancehall artist, you have to hit in Jamaica. To hit as a soca artist, you have to hit in Trinidad. Akaya Sweet, Brockett Set It. Hit. Hit, a certified hit. Them song there, a soca like. So it's a soca song. It's a subgenre of soca, but soca regardless. The song, the music that Byron Messiah sing, it sounds nothing like what is being produced in Jamaica. Because that's St. Kitts Nevis dancehall. The songs that that Prince One is sing, those songs are Trinidad dancehall. Completely different to what is being played in Jamaica. Swanee was a regional hit artist before he became a hit artist in Jamaica. He was a local. He had a lot of local hits. Then he had regional hits.
When you finish, I want to ask you a question.
He had hits
because so the point that you're making right now is that Oxide again is not a hit.
It's a regional hit. Why can't you just accept the fact that it's a hit?
Your first question to me is if it is a hit.
It's a regional hit.
My answer was yes.
It's a regional hit. It's a regional hit.
You contradict yourself, you know.
No.
Listen. I even reached to the point where I say, if is that you're going to say that it is not a hit, you have to take the word hit out of the equation and just say that it is a regional song or it has been recognized regionally. But you can't say it's a hit and then tell me that
break it down. Have three categories.
That if it don't reach Trinidad or it has to reach Trinidad to be considered a hit, when you're now telling me that it is a regional hit.
A soca hit.
So let's reach back to this, right?
Yeah.
Let's go back to this, right?
Yeah.
And let us both agree on this, that Outside Again is a hit, just not playing in Trinidad.
We agree.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So then, my answer was on par. It is a hit. Yo, you want me on the bush to be
it's a regional hit though.
Hey, you want me on the bush to bring me back here, to my point that it is a hit.
It's a regional hit.
Okay, cool. We both agree on that.
We both agree on that.
That it is a regional hit. Okay,
Yeah, right.
Vibes.
So to continuing on outside again, because we have a lot to speak on outside. We have a lot more to speak on outside. Because the topic of carnival has been outside again. Roadmarch. It has been alleged that Grandmasters Band had a level of nepotism to win the Roadmarch. What would you say to something like that?
So you mean that some people feel like as if we had some sort of help?
Yeah.
Some sort of inside kind of help?
Nepotism, man. You don't know what nepotism is, man. You have it has been alleged that you have there
auntie and cousins and
cousin,
uncle and
and manager and committee. I mean,
okay. So let me start by saying that's not true. I definitely have no family member on the carnival committee who has authority on the carnival committee. And if that was the case, I think I should have won Roadmarch 25 times by now.
Maybe maybe the families
Come in lately.
Yeah.
But that's not the
don't
case
know.
though. That's definitely not the case. But I mean, as it pertains to Roadmarch though, I know that there has been a lot of talks about the Roadmarch, the criteria, judges. Some felt like as if like the judges probably might have cheat somewhere somehow. I mean, and this happens with most competitions. Where if people are supporters of a particular artist or band, feels like as if their band should have won the Roadmarch. Of course, they cheat. Natural. Even at shows, the MC start off by saying that at the end of the night, when we call the points, they're gonna still say they cheat. All right. So now that we don't get that part out of the way, I have been in competitions since 2016. Right? And there is this thing called the criteria, right? Which people have to study when it comes to competition, right? And I find that people usually look at the response of a crowd to determine who should win the competition. They look at how people are responding to the song on the road, or not just on the road, because these same rules apply to Soca Monarch competition. So they look at how persons are responding to the song during the night of the show. And in their heads, they have their winner based on that. But do people really know that the response of the crowd carries the least amount of points?
Caribbean Soul Media presents Ome and Bag. This is a stage play taking place on the 23rd of April in Marriott's Ballroom. This dramatic play is a journey of emotional impact, surprising turns, and an appeal for us as a nation to move past divided politics that ruin lives and into a new era of growth and forgiveness. The performance combines singing, acting, and dancing to convey a significant message and leave a lasting impression. For the price of only $100 EC, you can get your tickets at www.caribbeansoulmedia.com. Trust me, it's an experience you don't want to miss.
So what actually...
In any competition, it carries the least amount of points. Like the absolute least amount.
No, but it has been alleged that a huge part of the judging for Roadmarch is how many times you go around and hit these judging points.
That was the old criteria.
Okay.
That
So
was
that
the
done with.
old one. This,
that done with.
Yeah. This criteria has been in effect since 2018, 2019.
Yeah, but it has also been said that the judging is based on crowd response carries some merit. So it's not like just any other competition.
In
Like
the
action.
Okay, you want me to tell you?
carry merit.
In the criteria, it carries 15 points alone. That's it. 15 points alone.
And what are the other criterias? Because you're educating me enough.
Yeah.
I want people not to get. I have no narrative in it.
No.
Well, I have no narrative. Saying, I'm trying to get an understanding of what's actually happening. You know what I mean? It has been brought to my attention that, hey, these people are cheating me based on this and based on that. I've been fought out of this competition based on this, based on that. Now, what is the this and what is the that? Is, hey, my song had more action than Outside Again. What is the action that Outside Again brings? You know what I mean?
That was the argument.
That was the argument.
Right? Okay. Now listen to me. Right? Now, what I just pulled up, right, is the criteria. Right? Because I don't want to say anything wrong. I want to make sure that I am on point. Right?
Facts and stats.
So, performance carries a total of 25 points. Right? Now, on the performance, you have rendition and presentation. That is considered performance. Some may feel like the swinging of the hand and the jumping up and down and whatever at the judging point is considered performance. But according to the criteria, rendition and presentation is what they consider to be performance. Right? And so you have rendition at 15 points, you have presentation at 10, which gives you a total of 25. Right? You have the music. Now on the music, you have the arrangement, you have the melody, you have the quality of sound, and you also have the originality. Right? Arrangement 10, melody 10, quality of sound 5, originality 5.
Before we move on, go backtrack to the first point. Then rendition and what was it?
Rendition and presentation.
Presentation. So y'all dominated rendition and presentation.
I'm not saying that. Is it that you're saying that?
No, I'm asking. I'm asking.
I would not know. I am just breaking down the judging criteria.
Okay.
Right?
Move on to the third one.
Then you have lyrics, which carries 20 points. On the lyrics, you have the word craft, you have content, and you have creativity. Wordcraft 5, content 5, creativity 10. Crowd response 15 points, which comes up to 90 points in total. Now where you get the other points is from making your rounds. So you have to make just one round in turn, and I think there are 4 judging points, but you're only going to be judged at 3 of these judging points. Right? So that is where the rest of the points come to make the 100. Right?
Yeah.
So that is how the judging criteria is set up. So most of your points are accumulated down, well, at wherever they had it, which would have been down on the Bayfront for last carnival. Right? Now, with all of this in mind, you feel legit?
I have no comment.
Okay.
I don't have comment, partner.
Okay.
I don't know if they cheat. I would like to believe no cheating was involved. No, honestly, I would like to believe there is no cheating involved. You know what I mean? But then again, a man a man might have them reasons to feel how them feel.
True, but okay. Hear me out again, right? When it comes to competition, the first thing you're supposed to do is sit down and study this. You study the criteria and you understand what you have to do in order to maximize your points. Now, I am in competitions all the time, like the Soca competition, and that is one thing that we do. We check the criteria to see what's in it, what are the points, and how we can maximize our points in each of these segments. Right? Now, I personally, I leave crowd response for last because it carries the least amount of points. If I get full marks for, let's say, performance, music, and lyrics, if I get full marks, right? And let's say I get 5 for crowd response, 10. I up there. Are way up there. And next thing too, you have to understand the strength of your song as well. You have to understand that, you know, like a song basically can take you 50% of the way to winning. The way how you craft the song can take you 50% of the way. It could even take you 90% of the way based on how you construct the song in terms of the word craft, the lyrics, the creativity, the content, and all these things. You have to create something that goes by this, because no matter how you feel personally in your mind or how you feel about somebody having a relative somewhere,
right?
Judges are going to be scoring you based on this.
Yeah, but what has been also alleged is that Outside Again being a hit from the inception of Carnival, it's almost as if Outside Again being a big song, I'll give it to the biggest song. Roadmarch to the biggest song. So the performance and all them criteria there was irrelevant. It was always Outside Again to win.
I wouldn't say that. I definitely wouldn't say that. Because I'm going to ask you a question now, right? And I don't really like to bring other entities in, you know, but of course, I can't do it without bringing them in, right? Now, would you say that Small Axe song was bigger than the Cowbell?
Comment on that. Jaay, mix me up. Jaay, mix me up. Next question. Next question. Out there. Jaay, mix me up.
Yo.
Avoid me with that question.
Yo. What's it, bang Cowbell?
You know, we are pack up our guy leave this one. People, thank you for watching. See you next time on the Perspective video. So that's irrelevant.
No, but you know, like, but it's facts. It's facts. If we are talking from the standpoint of earplay or what people consider to be a popular song, we know that it was Outside and the Cowbell that people were basically talking about, and not just here. Outside of St. Kitts as well, you know. So to just say that they just got up and just gave it to Outside Again. Yeah.
No, but what has
Nonsense.
also been alleged is that Grandmasters got all the gigs for Carnival. You know, 90% of the gigs. A Grandmasters in the circus, a Grandmasters here,
Grandmasters played in the circus twice.
No, but what I say is like
twice.
there was a slight bias towards Grandmasters in terms of, because y'all have the hit song, and I would have on my platform the interview though, and if you watch the interview, I basically said Outside Again is the hit song. You know what I mean? You have a hit. I am promoting Carnival. I'm not promoting Roadmarch. You know?
And I totally agree with that, because Outside Again was a song that basically, like, it was just fitting for what was happening.
Right.
It was fitting. It was the most fitting song. And you want me to look? You want me to tell you something? Could you recall when they had 869 area code?
Area code, yeah.
It was being used. It was being used.
And in my opinion, that it's supposed to win the Roadmarch.
Your opinion? It was being used. So only this year people realized that a song was being used. Like,
so do you think?
Look,
So
area code was used in a lot of ads promoting carnival.
So question.
It was.
Question. Do you think these opinions or comments or perspectives arrive out of hatred or jealousy of Grandmasters Band success?
Well, I can't say where these comments are coming from, if it's grudge, if it's hatred. You know, I can't comment on that because I'm not the one making these comments, of course. So I can't comment on that. But what I can say is that if it's that a song is good, it's just good. Like, that's it. If it's good, it's good. I am one to say if a song is good, like, if it's good, it's just good. You think, look, you think I sat down and say, why, I think I'm going to create a Roadmarch song? No, I didn't. I just created a song that people happen to like, that happened to fit what was going on at the time. You know, it's been a long time since we've been outside. Carnival been off the road for 2 years, and this song was just fitting. And to be honest, this song is going to be fitting for the rest of 2023 because there are a lot of carnivals that are just coming back on stream. They're just coming back on the road since the pandemic. And so that is why the song is like people can relate to it. They can relate to the song. If the song is good, the song is just good.
Right.
We had years, like Small Axe won March 4 years back to back. You feel like we didn't feel like we had
but these same
good songs, good material. But if
you know the
if a
difference,
song is good, a song is good. You know, like that's just it.
Well, you know the difference is there wasn't a perspective media for the bands to come and express themselves at that point. So maybe those feelings were there, but people didn't have the platform to express themselves.
Yeah, that's why we're kind of glad that you come now, because I know I even me getting the opportunity to express myself. I'm not one for trouble, so you're not going to get any trouble out of me. You're not going to get any trouble out of me. But honestly, of course, I am going to explain myself. And
honestly, I have no malicious intent. You know what I mean? I love St. Kitts Nevis culture. I come here. Most Jamaican, most Jamaicans have never heard the sound of St. Kitts Nevis before coming here. 99% of it. And the sound of St. Kitts Nevis, I've grown to fall in love with it. You know what I mean? So when you hear me have them conversation, it's out of love. You know, and I want to see St. Kitts Nevis music where Jamaican music is, where Trinidad soca is, where the Virgin Island soca is. You know what I mean? So it not a malicious intent, man. But moving on now. A conversation that I think people are promoters bawling about it privately, and some patrons also bawling about it. Do you fear burning out? And when I say burnout,
playing too much,
because a man can come at 5 trees, pay $25 to see you this week. Next week you're there, Elite Sports Bar. $25 are free. You know what I mean? So do you think that's devaluing the music or the entertainment industry? Because it's almost like a hustle, you know? Some people even have 3, 4 4 events in one night. And it's different for a DJ, you know. Because a DJ is playing can play different music. Whatever music is at is what a DJ will play. But an artist now, as a specific set, so majority of the time you would see it over and over. You know what I mean?
I mean, in a sense, I could see it from that angle, where it might devalue it just a bit, right? But as an entertainer, right? Because you just said that promoters are basically crying out about it.
Yes.
Right? But it's promoters hiring the artist them.
Yeah, because
So why hire the artist them and then cry?
remember, you know, you put on your event, you know. You're promoting your event, you know. At the end of the day, you want the artist thing.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, right? Why would a promoter hire an artist? What is the reason for them hiring an artist?
The level of entertainment that an artist brings is different too.
They see a value.
Yeah, there's a value here.
They see that the artist can bring a value to their event. So my follow-up question is it that promoters are saying that an artist should basically turn down the jobs?
Definitely. That's a consideration to be had.
So then
Here what I'm saying.
so therefore turn down. Okay, no, because just saying turn it down is fine. It's fine, right?
Supply and demand.
Right?
It comes
Right.
back to supply and demand in a Rucas.
Right?
Here what I'm saying.
You as Perspective Media, you're not in the industry as an artist. Right? Now, where you have persons who are basically depending on the industry to make money, right? You're now basically telling me that don't make none.
No, I'm not telling you that.
Or make less.
I'm not telling you that. No,
Hold on. Make less money. Turn down the gigs, right? Which now means less events.
Not necessarily.
No, because if it's that, okay, because I could tell you this. We could make the same argument, because your argument is that, or the promoter's argument is that the artist is playing 3 and 4 times one night.
Not necessarily.
Right?
No, here what the actual argument is. Supply and demand. Remember, scarcity brings up the value of anything. You know what I mean?
The same value that some of them don't want to pay for.
No, but if there is a demand for it, if there is a demand for it, you will be brought them a guy. You know what I mean? Me nah say a man not fi take no gig at all, you know. But if there is a level of, in terms of quality control and price control overall, not just one man. If everybody hold that kind of unity then and say, all right, this is the standard, this is the quality, we not drop it below this, then you can have,
which is something that we've been fighting for.
Yeah, you can ask for that, and I think that's my argument. You know, because when we go out this week and me see Rucas play this week, me entertain. Next week at the same, the following week in these small events. Whereas if Rucas was charging, say you normally charge 500 for the one event, but you used to do 3 events per month. You start to do 1 event per month then, and you charge 1,500. So you're recuperating the same amount of money. You collect the same amount of money at the end of the day. But it's just that people now see her as regular. So when more people would come out to see Rucas. You know what I mean? It's the same thing in Nevis, you know. Notice in Nevis, whenever there's a Grandmasters or any entertainer from St. Kitts, any prominent entertainer from St. Kitts, when they come to Nevis, there's a bigger crowd than when the local Nevis acts are there performing. Why is that so? You don't get to see a Rucas every week. You don't get to see a Grandmasters every week. You know what I mean? So scarcity brings the value of anything up. And I think that's the argument. I'm not talking for a promoter when I want to pay and I try hustle. Yeah, I'm not into that. No, not that. Not the point.
No, I understand your point, right? I understand your point completely. Because, of course, if it's that we start to play less, you know, and basically raise the price, then it only means now that everybody will have to understand that this is the price, this is the value, and you know they will be forced to pay this amount,
right?
Which means that they too would not want to have an event every week, you know. So there is still going to be an effect.
Right.
Because no, you will have less events. Right? You will definitely have less events. Right? And no, I don't want to put it this way, but it's not everybody is going to be able to charge what a prominent artist is charging.
But then
that's just facts.
But them people that can perform not as regular as an artist. No, them can perform them people that can perform more regular than a prominent artist. You know what I mean? For the smaller prices. If you understand what I'm saying. It's all about value at the end of the day. You know?
Do you know that this also means that, because this goes deeper than we are even talking about here now, eh? Because do you know that if you start raising, well, if artists start raising prices, it means that ticket price is raising, right? Entry price is raising, right? Once entry prices start to raise now, right? What starts to happen now is that salary will have to raise. So,
not necessarily.
Like, yes,
not
man,
necessarily.
what you're saying? So you're going to carry up food, carry up the price for artists, carry up the price for everything, and then the salary are going to stay? No, it can't happen. So it is a deeper conversation than what me and you are having right now on Perspective Media.
That's true.
It's not just about, oh, don't sing over here, sing less, charge more. The patrons are going to feel it in their pocket. These people, do you know that if people do not come through the gate, I still can't get the money that you have to pay me? Because the patrons now cannot afford it, and so everything will have to move. Once you move one thing, everything have to move across the board. Every single thing has to move.
Well, a prominent promoter tell me the entertainment for what St. Kitts Nevis offers for entertainment, the value in terms of what entertainment brings to St. Kitts Nevis, the ticket prices are very low. You know, because
I could agree.
Yeah, because if me can watch Rucas perform for $25 a week time, why should I go to a big promotion, like a big event, then go pay $150 to see the same Rucas perform? That's the argument, you know.
So I'm gonna ask you a question now, because again, I said this goes deeper than just me and you having this conversation, because people are saying, or promoters are saying, that the value to see an artist here, or the entry price, the ticket price, is very low, right? But do you know, right? And I am talking about on the local scene. Do you know that an artist here goes home with less money than almost everybody that provide a service for the event? And I'm not asking you this. Do you know the Iceman does make more money than me? And he only bring in ice? Do you know the tent man, the stage man, making more money than me? So when we have these conversations, we have to have the real conversations, as you say. They have the what? They have the they have the what you say?
I don't know, father. I don't know, but you see again.
They have a line, but they don't have the whole sentence. And
Them have a point, but they don't have the whole sentence.
Exactly, because again, I go home with less than the lights man.
Why?
The generator man making more money than me. No, put it in this way. Right? Let's put it into perspective.
Right.
Right?
Perspective media, man.
The ice man come, set up. The lights man come, set up. The generator man put on the generator. The stage man come, put down everything. No artists on the lineup. You would have paid. So how are you going home with the least money from the event? So I tell you, it's a deeper conversation than what promoters want to have. That promoter making way more money than me. So how can he turn around and say the value for the artist or the value for the ticket is very low? Why they keep putting on shows?
I don't think he was referring to a conversation of the artist versus promoter.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of the standard, because Music Fest basically broke St. Kitts Nevis bad. When you can go a Music Fest, go see a Berry Salmon, a Popcorn, and a whole host of international artists for $100.
Well, I wouldn't really touch music festival too much. Reason why I'm saying that, right? Even though you might have a point, music festival is basically a tourism product.
Yeah, I understand.
And so it is there to bring revenue to the country. And they more look for the stay over visitors, people who come to the festival to see these artists and stay over, and so you get that trickle down effect from the hair braid and all these different people.
I totally understand that, but it still doesn't take away from the fact that he devalues entertainment in St. Kitts Nevis. It does.
Okay,
I would say it do, in terms of if me can go a music fest go see these big artists for $100. Them are creme de la creme enough, fam. You know what I mean? It's like, it's hard for me to go pay $150 to go in a party, go stand up and go watch an artist or a Rucas HE for $150 when me can go.
But you're gonna do it, But you're gonna do it.
I do it.
No way.
I do it.
Because just like how you just explained to me that if you could see me for 3 months, you will come.
All right.
Well, you're gonna come if you see the artist 1 year.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
So you will come. So I wouldn't say that, again, you have a point. You have a point in terms of the value, right?
Of entertainment.
Yes, right? But again, these artists are not here every year. So you won't get to see a Popcorn every day for $100.
No.
It's once. You see him once for $100. Okay, fine. You pay your money. You will pay the $150 if Rucas is on a lineup. Because that is the entertainment that is available to you at that time.
Right.
And now you have promoters now who are basically, let me say, this is what I think should be the new norm going forward, as opposed to selling a lineup. Sell the experience of the event.
That's the vibe.
Sell
That's the vibe.
Sell the experience and not the lineup.
Right.
You let people know what they can expect when they come to the event. Nice entrance, the ambience, upscale venue,
right.
These different things. So you sell the experience of the event. You even sell what what the artist is going to be bringing to you, as opposed to selling the name of the artist, because a lot of people depend on having a big name on the card in order to get people to come. But if you focus on the experience, it has the same effect.
Yeah,
and in that way now, you can now start changing out lineups.
Yeah, and you see, that's the next thing too, because next year we see the rise. Not next year, last year we see the rise of events. Events like Tropics, Faded, Breaking Dawn, the Bell Pastel. Probably miss out some, but these events are hit events. But locals are who bring people to these events. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily any artist you put on them event there. It's not the artists, these people, the patrons coming out to see. The patron, Tropics gone full irregardless of who they on the lineup. You know what I mean? A Faded gonna be full irregardless of who they on the lineup.
Because of the experience.
Yeah.
Like people know what to expect at these events.
Right.
So, but again, all I'm saying is that we as artists, as much as you're saying, oh, perform two times a month, 3 times a month.
I'm not saying
right?
that.
No. Listen, right? I mean, okay, we are basically talking about the value. In order to bring up the value, there are certain things that needs to be changed as it pertains to line up for events and how you treat the events as well, right? And as an artist, scarcity,
right?
In order to drive the value.
Dress code too,
right? That's another story.
That's not another story. Dress code too, fam.
Another story.
A man gonna show up to my event and I'm like a cut off foot pants and oh, me as a patron, I'm hotter than the artist on stage. No, I'm not hotter than the artist, father.
Yeah, but
it's a lot to. It's not just what meets the high enough, fam. You know what I mean? There's a lot to entertainment that's to get it up to the standard where it is out there. There's a lot we need to work on.
Yeah,
there's
man,
a lot
definitely.
happening. There's a lot that's happening right enough, fam. You know what I mean? And there's a lot that's happening wrong. Like the fact that outside again the register stress me out. Yeah, I believe, fam.
It's okay, man. You're gonna be alright. You're gonna be alright when the interview done. You're gonna be alright. Yeah, but I mean, back to my point though. And I have to make this point. I don't want nobody out there feel like as if artists out here making millions. When we perform for you, we make the least money on the event. We go home with the least money in our pocket. The iceman, the lightsman, everybody else smiling. We go home with the least money.
Such a god.
And this is the industry that we want to make a living off of. But yet, we make the least money from every event.
Okay, moving on. Why are the bands so divided? What causes the division amongst the bands?
Ego, G. Ego. And it's funny, because band members will sit at this table here and break bread, sit at this table and have a nice conversation because we don't hate each other.
No, I don't think so.
We don't hate each other, so we would sit down and have a nice conversation.
No, but why can't there be some kind of cooperation then in terms of getting the bands to unite to basically get the positive things done? Y'all don't have to be friends, You don't have to like each other, But if there is a concerted effort of everybody to say, yo, this is the goal, we're going to push this.
This has been tried before based on what I've heard.
Why did it fail?
Whenever a man feel like he's on top.
But
you feel like, okay, like, for example, if one man feels like he has the power right now, like he is the top dog, people come out whenever his group play anywhere. And you try to get things done with them. It's like, who, me? But you're crazy. But fight for yourself. Crazy. You're trying to feed off of me fan base. You're trying to get something from me. But it has been tried before. But that is always the case. Whenever a man on top, he's not willing to work with everybody else. He's not willing because it's like, you feel like, you feel like you have boot and box hard from the ground come up and now you reach a man telling you, let we work together. It's like, yo, where you was when I was fighting, and that is the mentality. And that is why it don't work. But again, it's weird because we'll sit down and have a conversation. Sit down, we'll lime together. But when it comes to the group working with one another, it's like, I know, you battle your own battle. And even though some people are willing to help, it's like, I guess because of what has happened over the years, it's like, do I really want to face that again? Do I really want to experience it again, where you just feel like as if you're so big that you can work with me?
So speaking of being big now, where would you rank Grandmasters?
I would rank Grandmasters to be one of the top bands in St. Kitts. Could I say that Grandmasters is the top band? Some may argue and say that.
Oh, no, I'm not asking what some would argue.
Some may argue and say that.
No, I'm not asking that.
And in my personal opinion,
right, that's what I asked you.
That's what you want.
Your personal opinion.
In my personal opinion, I would say that Grandmasters right now is considered to be the top band
by Rucas HE.
It's considered to be the top band. Not just by me. Not just by me.
No. Rucas HE considers Grandmasters as the top band.
I do. Definitely.
No, you gotta tell me what I do. Like, I'm married.
I know.
No. Tell me straightforward. No, it's straightforward enough, fam. It's like a man want. It's like people want these band members to come and say their band is the worst. No, a man's supposed to feel like they're on top. I'm supposed to feel that way.
I'll just tell you so.
Yeah.
I just told you that mine. If you listen, because I'm a politician. Listen to what I just said. Listen to what I just tell you.
Right.
Some may argue that we are the top band. I would consider us to be the top band. And so it's not just coming from me.
Okay. So how would you rank the lines, down the lines then? Like, oh, you go down the lines. So if you're number one or number two?
I won't stay here and rank anybody. I won't rank anybody.
No, but if you're number one, there's a number two.
Yes. Let number two speak for themselves. Who is number two? Look, I can't stay here and place anybody. I can only speak for myself.
Yeah.
And I consider Grandmasters Band to be the top band at the moment. Whoever is number 2, 3, 4, 5, they will have to come and claim their place. I've already claimed mine.
Right. And speaking of claiming yourself now, in the future, do you see yourself as the top man or the man taking over Grandmasters Band? In terms of lead singer role.
I do. Future wise, definitely. And I don't think that I am the only one that would say that either. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think that's a controversial question, you know, because
no, it's not.
I think it's something
not.
that's in the minds and hearts of the people. You know,
It's not. I can definitely see myself as the future for Grandmasters Band. I could definitely see that.
And what would you say separates Grandmasters Band now from the other bands in St. Kitts Nevis?
What separates Grandmasters Band? Well, first off, Grandmasters Band, even though all of us do pep, wailers,
Soca music.
we, according to you, according to you,
Soca music.
according to you, I want to say that we do different content. The content that we push out is different to other bands here in St. Kitts. And when I say that, I am talking about like the topics that we sing on. We sing on more relatable topics, or topics that can be exported, if I am to be frank. What we sing, it can be exported outside of St. Kitts and not just relate to St. Kitts people.
Outside again, man.
But relate. Well, people outside can relate to what we sing as well.
Right.
You know, and I think that is one of the things that separates Grandmasters. Because if you go around and ask people, like, who's your favorite band? Which band do you like? Right? Grandmasters is always in the mix. They might say, yeah, Small Axe is my band, but I like Grandmasters.
So you could
They might say, I like Sugar Band, but
yeah, Sugar.
I like Grandmasters too. But I like Collision, but
Yeah, I like Collision.
Grandmasters is my band too. I'm starting to like Upset Squad, but Grandmasters is my band too. Like Grandmasters has always found a way to be an option.
Don't upset me.
You mean Upset Squad? Sorry.
Don't upset me, man. You come and tell me about upset. I joke. Big up Upset Squad.
But yeah, like we have always found a way to be an option,
Right.
for the people, and I think that is what makes us different.
To wrap up this interview now, what can the people expect from Grandmasters Band and Rucas HE going forward?
Well, the people can definitely expect a lot more work to be going into our craft. We definitely don't think that we have made it, because we definitely have not made it. We have a lot more work to do. We definitely have things that we can improve on. We can definitely do a lot better in certain areas. So you can definitely look forward to Grandmasters Band being a lot more productive for 2023 and beyond. Again, not to stress on the outside, but
we need to license that song too.
we need to.
Yeah, that song needs licensing.
Yeah.
Need that song to register.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I realize that you're drilling it.
Yeah.
I realize you're drilling it.
It's
But
supposed to
it will.
It should.
It will.
It's supposed to be something that's a
It will.
regularity. Like, you know,
People, let it be known here on Perspective media
Right.
that at the time of this interview, it wasn't there as yet. But now that you're watching it, it has been done.
All right. People, remember for like, share, and subscribe. Without you doing that, the platform cannot grow. You see me? So until next time, remember, say Perspectives Media, we're active. Out.
Hoy, and I said nobody now believe it. Well, if they me say I me I beat it. Me and the pastor, me not go preach it to how we all it down. Yeah, man, it's Dejour, and I mean giving you a different perspective on Perspectives Media. Easy.
Perspectives Media.